Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into something huge, one of the most ambitious projects on the entire planet, India's systematic plan to totally transform its massive rural landscape. Now, this isn't just about paving a few roads, we're talking about a complete blueprint for excellence, designed to reshape the future for hundreds of millions of people. So, let's get right into it. It all starts with a question that is just mind-bogglingly huge. How does a nation even begin to uplift 600,000 villages? Seriously, think about that scale. We're not talking about a handful of towns. We're talking about a comprehensive strategy for over 500,000 unique communities, each with its own culture, its own challenges, and its own dreams. And the answer, the only way to tackle something that big, is to stop thinking about it as a list of separate projects. The key idea here is to see it as a single, complex system. It's an interconnected network. So think of it less like a simple checklist and more like a finely tuned engine, right? Where every single policy, every program, is a gear that's designed to work in perfect harmony toward one big goal: growth that is balanced, sustainable, and includes absolutely everything. Okay, so how are we going to break down a system this complex? We're going to do it layer by layer. First, we'll look at the absolute foundation, how things are governed and how people make a living. Then we'll add the essential building blocks, things like infrastructure and finance. From there, we'll see how this whole system invests in people through health and education. And finally, we'll look at how it weaves a stronger community and paints a picture of the village of tomorrow. All right, so every strong building needs a rock-solid foundation, right? Well, in this system, that foundation is built on two main pillars: how decisions actually get made and how people can earn a steady living. These are the absolute core structures that provide the stability and security for everything else to be built on top. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. The governance here works from two directions at the exact same time. From the top down, you've got the National Ministry of Rural Development setting the big picture, the national frameworks. But and this is so crucial, from the bottom up, you have local village councils making sure that ordinary citizens have a direct say in the decisions that affect their lives every single day. It's this incredible balance between a national vision and local, on-the-ground reality. 100. This number, it represents a powerful, powerful promise. It comes from a landmark act called MGNREGA. And what it means is that the government legally guarantees 100 days of paid work to any rural household that asks for it. This isn't just a job program, it's a legal right. It provides a fundamental safety net, a baseline of economic security for millions. So you see, it's this really smart, two-pronged approach to livelihoods. On the one hand, you have MGRAGA, providing that immediate job security for today. But on the other hand, you have programs that are looking to the future, focusing on skill development. This is about training rural youth with the modern skills they need to get new and better jobs down the line. It's about stability for now and opportunity for tomorrow. Okay, so with that foundation in place, the system starts adding the next layer, the essential building blocks. We're talking about the physical and financial infrastructure that literally connects villages to the wider world and gives people the tools they need to build their own prosperity. To really get why this is so critical, just picture a village that's totally cut off. No reliable roads, no access to a bank. How do you sell your crops at a fair price? What happens if there's a medical emergency? How do you save money safely for your kids' future? That isolation, that's the core challenge that these building blocks are designed to completely smash. And you know what? The solution often starts with something that sounds so simple: a single all-weather road. But that road, it's not just a road, it's a lifeline. It connects that once isolated village to markets, to better schools, to critical healthcare. And just like that, a whole new world of economic and social opportunity just explodes open. It just goes to show how one piece of infrastructure can radically change a community's destiny. And it is definitely not just about roads. The system puts other critical building blocks in place: a permanent house that provides dignity and real security. A bank account, through a massive financial inclusion drive, gives people a safe place to save, to build credit, often for the very first time. And then, direct benefit transfers use this new banking network to send welfare payments straight to the people who need them, cutting out the middlemen and slashing corruption. So the foundation's there, the building blocks are in place. What's next? Well, now the system can focus on its most important asset of all: the people. This entire next layer is all about investing in human capital, making sure that citizens are healthy, that they're educated, and that they're ready to grab all the new opportunities being created. So here's how that investment in people actually looks on the ground. You have the National Rural Health Mission, which brings clinics and basic healthcare right into the villages, so families don't have to travel for hours just to see a doctor. You have a huge education program that works to get every single child enrolled in school. And then there's the midday meal scheme, which does something absolutely brilliant. It tackles both hunger and education at the same time by giving kids a free, healthy meal at school. It's a game changer that improves a child's health and gives them a really powerful reason to show up and stay in the classroom. Okay, so we've covered individuals. Now let's zoom out a bit and look at how the entire community gets stronger. This layer is all about weaving a more resilient, empowered, and sustainable society, where people can support each other and also protect the environment that their livelihoods depend on. A massive piece of this puzzle is the focus on empowering women. A national mission actively encourages women to form what are called self-help groups, and these groups are incredible. They let women pool their savings together, get small loans to start their own businesses, and build these powerful support networks. Honestly, they're a transformative engine for both economic independence and social change. And the system keeps weaving other really important threads into this social fabric. It creates a safety net by providing pensions for the elderly and most vulnerable. It promotes sustainable farming with better irrigation and by giving farmers these soil health cards so they can understand their land better. And it encourages a larger shift towards ecological balance with things like organic farming initiatives. All right, let's fast forward and look at where all of this is headed. Because this system isn't static, it's constantly evolving. This final layer is all about integrating cutting-edge technology and lining up India's rural development with critical global goals. It's about building the village of tomorrow today. And the key part of that future is, of course, the digital revolution. The Digital India mission is working like crazy to bring internet connectivity and digital government services to every single corner of the country. And in some places, they're already piloting smart villages. We're not talking about sci-fi stuff here. We're talking practical tech, like using renewable energy for local power grids or digital services for better water management. And what's really crucial to get is that this isn't just India working in isolation. These national efforts are directly aligned with the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. The focus on jobs and welfare, that tackles SDG 1, no poverty. The work in agriculture and nutrition, that's going after SDG 2, zero hunger. And building better housing and roads, that contributes to SDG 11, sustainable communities. This is truly a national project with global significance. There's a quote from the source material that just perfectly captures the spirit of this whole thing. These systems embody inclusivity, resilience, and sustainability. In other words, the goal is to make sure nobody gets left behind, that communities are strong enough to face challenges, and that all this progress is built to last. It's about making sure that villages aren't just some afterthought, but that they are the very foundation of the country's entire growth story. So that leaves us with one big question to think about. We've seen the blueprint, we've seen the complex, interconnected systems designed to build a brand new future for rural India. The scale is immense, and the ambition is just incredible. But the question that remains is, as India continues its rapid journey forward, will this intricate and vital system ensure that its villages truly remain its heart, its soul, and its strongest foundation?